Hi, my name is Tim Phillips, and my biggest takeaway of working on Bad Sisters was try to remain unorthodox. And what I mean by that is we found ourselves, due to the process, having to come up with workarounds that actually ended up making the end product much more interesting because they ended up becoming the sound. The sound of the show was the sound of fixing the thing that we were trying to fix. I tend to cue up the sequence that I've been given to score, not the whole thing, not the whole film or the show, but just the cue that I'm working on, and then try and make clicks hit the picture where it feels good to me. So at key moments in the sequence or whatever. And I don't tend to take the tempo off the temp music necessarily. I usually just watch it a few times and try and get a tempo that feels good to me. And sometimes I click my fingers, or sometimes I use a metronome app on my phone, and then I will create tempo changes within the map if that feels appropriate as well. Walking. When I get tired in the studio, I live in the middle of a forest now, so I tend to go for a walk in the trees. I hum ideas into my Apple Watch, which is always on my wrist. And I always find I can add 3 or 4 hours to my workday by doing that. Yes, that tends for me to happen towards the end of a project, like the end of a series or the end of a film, because it sort of seems to be a byproduct of all of the different themes that I've been working with throughout. I get a chance to sort of tie those up and tie a ribbon on the project. And I'll give you an example. At the end of Bad Sisters in episode 10, we find ourselves back at the 40 foot, and there's a big cue which incorporated 2 themes from earlier in production that I got to play out in a much more majestic and kind of major chordy way, and also take into a new key towards the end, which just made it feel very satisfying. And when the producers heard that, they thought, well, we have our ending, because it just felt like the story was moving forward from that point, and we had our ending.